What do you think about abortion?
As anything, it's a person's right, the right to choose. If anything, life, you get to choose your clothes, get to choose what you want to wear. Why don't you get to choose how you want to, what goes in your body and what goes out of your body, of the same sense?
I mean, of course, ultimately, it's your decision. It's your choice. You know, you do whatever you want. But I believe that, I mean, if you want to get an abortion, I think the best time to do it is before the baby actually has like a heartbeat. So you're at least not killing a life and you're just killing like the process. That's it. So, I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I don't think like you should be, because after like, I think it's like 2 months, the baby starts getting like a heartbeat and then it starts like actually like becoming like life, you know, then you're killing a human being, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it is your decision, but I think all women should consider that at least.
Yeah. My thoughts on abortion, as I said before, it's basically pro-choice, how you want to do with your body. And with that being said, with government trying to take down and like, you know, shut down Planned Parenthood, it kind of just, you know, speaks to the life, you know, speaks to the voice of women, saying that you don't really have a voice, in that you're allowing other people to decide for you. Just if you want to do something of your own choice and own being, someone telling you no, just kind of just defeats the purpose of, you know, your First Amendment, really.
And you said you're pro-choice. Would you say you're pro-life, pro-choice, or neither?
I'd say it depends. Like I said before, I say it depends on the timing. So if it's like to that point where there's already life in you, like that life got like the heartbeat started, I would say I'm pro-life. But if you don't want the baby and you just made a mistake, I believe that if it's not at that certain point yet, like at that point where the heart starts beating, I think it's up to you if you want to like terminate or not. So
2 to 13 weeks. By that time, it's like a size of a pea maybe. But definitely in the week span, by the first notice that you are pregnant, I would think that you would have that choice, basically 48 hours or even more, to decide if you want to continue with the pregnancy or not.
So you're saying after the first trimester, you would not allow it?
After the first trimester, it seems pretty set in terms where the baby started to develop, the cells are began. That's basically starting of life, really. So I think before that, I think, you know, the option is still open for you, you know, to carry out with an abortion. This is a weighing video. Definitely can change a person's mind.
All right, so in one word, your thoughts on what you saw.
Definitely mind-changing. It's seeing it even from an animation standpoint of it.
you said one word.
It's still my one word, changing. Definitely changing. You.
God. That's it, God.
God.
That's like mutilation right there, bro.
Now you can go ahead and elaborate.
All right, so it's like basically at the end of the day, it's still your choice, but you have to understand, like I said before, that is killing, like that's killing a baby. So unless you're not willing to be a mom or a dad, but yet you're willing to murder, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, that's kind of messed up. But at the end of the day, it's still like up to you. But think before you don't have safe sex, you know. So it's like, that's it.
As I said before, it was kind of changing. Seeing, as I said before, I'm definitely pro-choice, but after seeing it, you can probably sway and change your idea of it.
What specifically did you learn that you didn't know before?
I didn't know about the method that was gone in. I thought it was kind of like an anesthesia, really. They thought they numbed the uterine lining of the wall, and then from there, the egg will break. But from it, kind of opens it, and basically from it, just vacuumed the baby out of it, just sucked it right out, and then whatever was left over, they scraped right out of it, which to me was, you know, never knew before, and very kind of monstrous of it a little bit.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing. Like I didn't know that was how the method was. I thought like they take a pill that makes like a journey to the uterus or some shit, and then it it kills it in some way. But I didn't know that they would like suck up a body. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't suck up a body. It's like you vacuum the dust that's on the ground. You know, you don't vacuum a little life that's not even like fully matured yet. You know, but like, I mean, however you want to see it. Like, I mean, like I said before, if you're not ready to step up and be a parent, then you should have no business doing unsafe sex. You know what I'm saying? Use a condom. I don't know, pull out, whatever it is. Just do what you got to do. You know. But if you're not ready to be a parent, then think twice before you do anything. So.
Would you say this changed your mind at all regarding restrictions?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely, I think the showing of it showed how many weeks of it? Like
11 weeks. They said.
11 weeks, which was basically almost
That's too long.
yeah, too long. So I think before then, as I said, I think before like probably like a week, 2 weeks, or within the first trimester of the pregnancy, maybe
I'd say within the first month.
first month.
Like within the first month, like before the heart starts beating. Like as soon as their heart starts to beat, I think that should be the restriction. Like, no, you can't abort. But
So, just jumping in, based on what science tells us, it actually is at 21 days is when the heart starts beating.
all right. So yeah, like at that time, at 21 days, like you have 21 days, make your decision.
Having to know from those 21 days that you're pregnant, even having to choose, it's a life, and it's a game changer, definitely. So with restrictions, definitely probably like within the prior week of it, definitely. I would say that's so hard, just to put a restriction on something that already, as you said, already has a heartbeat by 21 days. So I think if it hasn't developed the spine and everything else, fingers, I'd say if it hasn't developed fingers yet from Juno, if it hasn't developed fingernails by that time.
Would fingernails determine life for you, though?
No, not at all. But like as a joke experience, I would think by the spine and having the everything developed by then. But I think that'll probably be my take on it, really.
One final question. Do you think people should watch these videos, and who do you think should watch them?
Videos being shown, definitely. I think in our public educational system, I feel like that's kind of lacking sex education, especially when it comes to abortion. It seems like something like a grace period that people talk about. Like, yeah, you can have it, but they never talk about the after effects, especially what you're going on through it. So definitely in a older crowd, or even just in high school, show the video. And what was your other question again? Oh, perfect.
I think part of me says no, part of me says yes. The part of me that says no is the part that everyone else has. They don't want to see the ugly truth, But like I believe that part of me makes me want to say yes, because you have to see the truth, even no matter how ugly it is, you know what I'm saying? And it's like people don't understand what goes on behind the scenes, and if they don't understand something, how can you go into something blindly, without acknowledging exactly what is going on? I mean, I don't know, would you enter a room with a blindfold on if you don't know where you're going?